Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a trip deep into the heart of Japan, into a quiet forest where a true architectural miracle literally defies time itself. We're going to unpack the incredible true story of Horyu-ji. It's a structure made entirely of wood that has somehow survived empires, wars, and just the relentless march of time. So let's dive right in and look at the sheer scale of how long this place has been standing. 1,300 years. Just let that sink in for a second. That's how long these ancient wooden beams have been around. And when you think about it, wood is organic, right? It rots, it burns, it decays. Yet this timber has somehow withstood centuries of severe weather, relentless earthquakes, and the rise and fall of entire civilizations. And that brings us to the ultimate mystery we're tackling in today's Explainer. How is it physically possible for a wooden temple to last so long? I mean, what secrets did these ancient builders know that let their creation outlast almost every single other structure from their era? Well, to figure that out, we need to take a closer look at the building itself. Section 1. The Wooden Miracle. Tucked away in Nara, Japan is the main hall, or the kondo. Now, this isn't just your average old building. It is officially recognized by experts and the Guinness World Records, by the way, as the oldest surviving wooden building on planet Earth. It's older than almost every kingdom and city you can even think of. This place was standing when a massive chunk of the world was just emerging from the shadows of antiquity. To really get why this matters, we need to understand what a kondo actually is. It's basically the primary sanctuary of a Buddhist temple complex. It's a highly sacred space built to preserve priceless historical and religious objects. And honestly, the most mind-blowing part, ancient builders pulled off this monumental feat without a single modern power tool. No cranes, no heavy machinery, just pure, unadulterated human ingenuity. To really put this timeline into perspective for us, think about Europe. While Europe was just trying to navigate the early Middle Ages and rebuild after the fall of the Roman Empire, Japanese master craftsmen were already out there erecting these eternal wooden pillars. But, as you might guess, the path to eternity was anything but easy. Section 2. Fire and Rebirth. You know, the survival of Horyu-ji wasn't actually guaranteed from the start. Let's walk through the timeline. In the early 600s, Buddhism arrived from the mainland, and a super visionary leader named Prince Shotoku started modernizing Japan. By 607 CE, he ordered the original temple to be built. But then, tragedy struck in 670 CE. Historical chronicles record a massive, devastating fire that completely wiped out the complex. For most ancient structures, that's it. Game over. They just vanish into the ashes of history. But that wasn't the end for Horyu-ji. A super rapid reconstruction saved its spiritual importance and its stunning design. It's actually really fascinating because the structures standing today, the ones we marvel at, are from that late 7th century rebuild. It just goes to show that the human drive to preserve our faith, our art, and our culture is unbelievably powerful. They didn't just replace it, they built it to last forever. Section 3. Secrets of Survival. So how exactly did this rebuilt version manage to survive the next 13 centuries? Well, it comes down to a completely different philosophy of engineering. Think about how we build today. Modern architecture relies on these rigid steel frames. We basically try to fight the earth, right? We make structures as stiff and unmoving as possible. But ancient Japanese architecture, it was all about flexibility. They used traditional joinery that actually adapts and bends with Japan's constant earthquakes. Instead of fighting the earth's movements, they literally danced with them. There are really 3 core secrets to this ancient craftsmanship that made all this flexibility possible. First up is the material itself, hinoki cypress. This is a super premium wood prized for being incredibly durable and naturally resistant to decay. Second is the traditional joinery. These master builders didn't use metal fasteners or nails that would just rust and snap over time. Instead, they carved these intricate joints that fit together like a giant puzzle, which allowed the wood to slide and flex. And third, the shinbashira. The shinbashira is an absolute marvel. It's a massive central wooden pillar located right inside the temple's gorgeous 5-story pagoda. It essentially acts as an ancient seismic shock absorber. So when an earthquake hits, the different levels of the pagoda might sway in totally opposite directions, but this central pillar stabilizes the entire tower. They brilliantly predated modern seismic engineering by centuries. And get this, modern researchers have actually scientifically dated the wood of that Shinbashira pillar, and it goes all the way back to the late 6th century. No way, right? That is incredible scientific evidence showing just how ancient the materials in this structure truly are, bridging the gap all the way back to the very dawn of Japanese Buddhism. But here's the thing. Survival isn't just about the initial build. It's an active, continuous cycle. Step 1, the wood flexes during tremors. Step 2, those genius puzzle piece joints absorb the seismic movement. But step 3 is absolutely crucial. Craftsmen repair the structure using the exact same traditional methods. They replace what's broken without ever changing the character of the building. It's quite literally living engineering. Section 4, a living legacy. So why go through all this effort? Why work so tirelessly to maintain a wooden structure for this long? Because Horyu-ji matters on so many levels. Culturally, it houses priceless statues, paintings, and scriptures that are designated as national treasures of Japan. Religiously, it represents 14 centuries of continuous Buddhist practice. It is definitely not a dead museum. It's a vibrant, living center of faith. And globally, its importance was completely cemented when it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site back in 1993. UNESCO actually hit the nail on the head, officially recognizing the monuments here as masterpieces of wooden architecture. They really highlighted its profound global influence on religious design. It is such a rare window into the birth and growth of Japanese Buddhism, perfectly preserved in wood. But honestly, beyond the wood and the artifacts is an even more staggering reality. 60 generations. More than 60 generations of human lives have passed since these wooden halls were first raised. Just think about the staggering amount of human history that has unfolded while this building just quietly stood still. Entire civilizations have come and gone, yet because of the dedication of real people, the temple endures. It's that human element, the monks who prayed daily beneath its roofs, and the craftsmen who painstakingly protected the temple through typhoons, fires, and world wars. Without their unwavering dedication, this wooden bridge to the ancient world would have collapsed a long, long time ago. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a thought to ponder. We live in this age of steel and concrete, where buildings are often just torn down after a few decades. Yet here is a structure made entirely of wood, built without any modern tools, that has stood strong for 1,300 years. If ancient craftsmen could build a wooden temple that outlasts empires, what are we building today that will outlast us? What kind of legacy are we leaving for the next 60 generations? Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the ancient world. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.